that up, Howie. This is our new feed bag. It's called a hay bag, and I paid $5.50 for that. Goats are notorious for pulling hay out of the manger and spreading it all over the floor. As you can see, even the babies can get under there and nibble at the hay, and it's just such a great invention. Look at, they're having a wonderful time with it. They can't climb it, they can't. Biz, you share those oats. Yeah, what's that? You can't pull it all over, you can't climb it, nothing. Even the little babies that are... Blossom, that was rude. Hey, Oli. Biz, no. Anyway, just a new thing for my half-acre homestead. A hay bag. Got that idea from the movie Secretariat. Thought it was really cool. Anyway, talk to you later. We went to National Grocers, and you know, baking soda was like, this was actually cheaper than the big box of Arm & Hammer I usually buy. I went to National Grocers, and if you buy 5 of these, you get them for 85 cents each. So of course I got 5 of those. But this was my real beautiful find that I'm really going to enjoy. This is a 3-pound bag of peeled garlic cloves. Now, I know you can probably buy the cloves in the wrappers or in their little paper things cheaper, but this, if you think about it, this is 3 pounds. Okay, I have a dehydrator. I can take half of this and mince it and put it in a jar because like Canadian Patriot, I love that minced garlic, but I just don't. I use garlic in just about everything, but I just don't like paying the cost of the jars of it. So I could take half of this, mince it, put it in a jar, and the other half I'm going to slice and dehydrate and make my own garlic powder. This 3 pounds was, I think it was $6.49. That's a lot of garlic, and I don't have to peel it. Woot! I'm happy about that. Anyway, this is Bev. Talk to you after. Another thing we got that I'm really happy about is we don't use minute rice and we don't use white rice because my husband's diabetic. So actually brown rice is healthier. It takes longer to cook, but it also stores better. I got this 8 kilogram, which is probably 16.5 pounds for $9.99. Now, as you know, that may not be the best price for some people, but that's a lot of rice. And you know me, prices never go down. And of course, my favorite tea, they weren't selling it at the National Grocers before. You can buy a box of 72 tea bags at the local store for $4.79. This is 216 tea bags for $8. So that's 3 times the tea bags for only twice the price. So it's basically I bought 2 boxes and got 1 free. So that's always a great deal. Now I use a lot of olive oil. And I'm getting tired of paying the prices too. And I got this 3 liters, which is about 4 quarts or almost 1 US gallon. I think I paid $14.99 for that. So that's really good. Anyway, just thought I'd share my shop. Oh, and I'm a tomato juice junkie. I use it in sauces. I use it on pasta, and I just drink it. And if I buy it in the store right now, it's about $2.29 a can, but because I bought a 12 pack, I got it for $1.29 a can for these big cans. So that's a good deal too. Anyway, Bev from my Half Acre Homestead. Later. Hey folks, me again. I've got my dehydrator out, and I'm going to do that garlic like I showed you. And what I do is I take my rack and I just brush a little olive oil on it, because the first time I made rabbit cookies, they all stuck. Just brush a little olive oil on there. Now, this little device I bought at a dollar store, and it is just wonderful. I just put my washed cloves of garlic in here. And I just, look at this. This is amazing. I found, I got this out because I couldn't find the slicer disc to my food processor. Now, as you can see, this just slices the garlic up just perfect for dehydrating. And if some falls through, it doesn't matter because I have a rack already started below. Isn't that great? Look at this. Just, you know, so anyway, I'll get back to you when this is all done, when my racks are full, and then I'll show you it when it's all dry. Okay, folks, there we have it. 4 trays of sliced garlic. Now, I'm going to set this to dehydrate, and I used about half the bag, so about 1.5 pounds. And once it's dehydrated, I'm going to grind some in my spice grinder for garlic, home ground garlic powder, and some I'm going to keep just in a jar for flaked garlic because I like flakes of garlic and stuff in my my pasta sauces and whatnot. And while I'm going to set this to dehydrate, and once I do that, now you may notice that I have, well, you may not notice it because you can't see it, but I've put more in the top tray than I have in the bottom, because no matter how good the dehydrator is, unless you buy an Excalibur big square one, wherever the motor is going to dry the fastest first. And the motor on this one is on the top, so this tray dries, the top tray dries faster. So I put more on the top and less on the bottom so that it dries evenly. Anyway, I'm going to put this to dehydrate, and then I'm going to mince the rest of my garlic. Okay, folks, later. Now here's the other half a bag of the garlic cloves, about 1.5 pounds. And what I'm going to do is, I've taken this machine here, my little grater, and I've taken out, isn't this wonderful? Just a little slicing blade. I'm sorry it's a little bit messy, but you can see it's just a slicing blade. I've taken that out, and I'm going to use this grating blade. Now the reason I'm not doing this in my food processor is A, I can't find my slicing and grating blade at the moment, and B, I'm not so sure that the pressure from that high of a speed wouldn't turn it to mush, so I prefer to err on the side of caution. And I've got my handy dandy pint jar and my canning funnel, and I'm just going to see how much I can get out of this 1.5 pounds of fresh peeled garlic. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, what I've done here is these holes were just a little too small, and it was turning it to mush. So I love this. Sorry, I'm working one-handed here. I have upgraded it to the one with the larger holes. I don't know how well you can see in there. And it is doing a nice job. So we'll see how much we get from here. Okay, folks, as you can see, now I have a full half-pint jelly jar full of minced garlic, and I still probably have 1 pound of garlic cloves left. So what I've done is I've taken a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of olive oil, just plain olive oil, and a tablespoon of vinegar, and I've just mixed it and poured it in here to keep this kind of preserved in the fridge. So that's a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon, I think I said, of sea salt. And this is going to go in the fridge. And there's my minced garlic, and that's a lot. That's a cup of garlic, minced garlic. And here, I'm going to save this for tomorrow, and I'm going to slice all this up and dehydrate it as well, because that is just too cool for normal school. Anyway, this is Bev from My Half Acre Homestead. Maybe next time we'll do onions. All right.